So you want to put this into this. Well, let's get to it. Good morning. This will be my last drive in the 3.8 liter. I can't say I'm disappointed. Even though this thing has a rebuilt motor in it, I think it's only got 5,100 kilometers on it. I'm not sad to see it go. This thing has been basically just a slush bag since day one. You know, you put 35-inch tires, steel bumpers, front and rear. Got some glare there. It bogs these things down pretty quick. We're just on our way to go get the AC system evacuated so that we can pull this thing out. Yeah, you don't want to be releasing that stuff into the atmosphere. So I'm just going to rip down to my brother's shop. He's going to drain the system for me. I think I should be able to get it out today. I think the only problem is trying to find an engine hoist. All the local places around here don't have any. So I'll have to cross that bridge sometime today. But yeah, we'll get back at it when we get back to the house. Okay, first thing you want to do is disconnect that battery. 10 mil socket. You want to get this bolt right there. Another 10 mil. Now that that's out, and you're not going to short anything out or ruin anything, now we can drain our coolant. Okay, I'll show you where the that drain is. So right there. You just want to twist this valve right there, turn it up and down, and that thing is going to spray like a mofo, so make sure you got some buckets and rags ready. It of course comes right down on top of this sway bar here, so that's convenient. But yeah, that's it there. We'll get that cracked open and bleeding. Okay, let's get that thing cracked open. I'm going to use these guys here because it's a really weird angle. I don't really want that thing leaking down my sleeve, so I got her cracked anyway. This is gonna go bad. I can already feel it. Oh wow, that's probably the cleanest it's ever gone. Okay, it's because it's got vacuum on it right now, so crack your rad cap and she'll start coming out. It's good to have a really wide bucket. These Home Depot buckets, they're just not wide enough. So get yourself something like this. It's 10, 15 bucks. You'll save that in shop towels. Okay, we'll just let that drain and we'll start on doing other stuff. Okay, let's get that air intake off. I have a custom air intake, so I'm pretty sure yours is going to be different bolt sizes, but mine's 11 mils. That. These are done. Pull it off. Disconnect your breather tube. Well, now she's rushing out. It's a good thing we got a wide pan under there. She's on there. This is always a lot of fun. There we go. Alright, again, mine is custom. I've got an oil catch can here, but it's just your general 5/16 worm gear type hose clamp. Okay, let's disconnect our AC lines right here at the firewall. That's 10 mil. Just give this more working room. Get all these lines out of the way. So when we pull this motor, it's nice clean. See if I can get that out without dropping it. Okay, let's get these guys here off. Now, if you're just ripping this 3.8 liter out because you just want to put a new 3.8 liter in, you don't have to undo all these coolant lines. You'll just have to unbolt your AC pump and then leave these lines attached, and you can just flip it up over to the side, and that way you can get this thing out. But because I'm doing a complete tear out for the 5.7 Hemi, this is coming out. So let's get those guys out. Those are 13 millimeters or 1/2 inch. There's 2 of them. One there and one right below it. Just using one of these guys here. There we go. One, there's 2. Okay, we'll just let these guys sit here for a second, and we'll get the AC bolts out. Okay, let's get these inner fender liners out so that we can have access to our AC unit and our manifolds. That's better. Okay, now we can get in there when we need to. We can take our manifold studs out, and then right back in there, you can see that one top bolt right there. That is our AC bolt. We can get that guy out. And then we got our AC bolt right there. And you can get those out with a really long extension and a 1/2 inch or a 13 mil socket. Show you what that looks like.
So you can see straight in there. So that's getting right there.
Okay, got that one. Let's get the next one out. Again, we're just going in right beside the shock tower and then right back to that AC. And for you 3.8 liter guys that are going to the 5.7, you're going to reuse all this hardware, so don't lose it. For that last bolt, you're going to squeak right above that coil spring tower, and it's right underneath there for that last AC bolt. It's nice to have these really long extensions, that way you don't get in there and bust up your knuckles. But I'm not going to undo it all the way, otherwise this thing's going to fall right out. So I'll undo it a bit, and then I'll grab it from under the hood. Okay, before we do that, let's take that serpentine belt off. You're just going to need a 3/8 ratchet. So right down in here, just put your ratchet right in this guy here. Just pull down, and that'll release that belt. And if you guys are wondering what that guy there is and why you don't have it on your motor, because I converted an AC pump and turned it into an onboard air compressor. If you want to check that video out, you can go to my videos, and it's under onboard AC, DIY onboard AC unit. It's a pretty cool video. Go check it out. Okay, before we can move that AC pump out of the way, we just got to remove 2 connections here. One is this guy right here. That guy. There's a little tab on the back side. You got to pull it up, away from the body. Try and pull this up that way, and it'll pop right off. And then you need to disconnect one right at the pump. Where are you, little guy? Right there. So this one here, you need to slide this red tab that way. Okay, let's get that AC pump out now. I don't know if you guys can see that. So I'll loosen the rest of it off with my ratchet on this end. Hold it with one hand here. There we go. Now I should be able to, in theory, bring this guy up like this. Pull this guy out. There we go. Oh, the AC unit is out with the lines. That way you know where the orientation is when you go to put this thing back in. I think we're only using one of those lines. But yeah, let's get on to the next step. Just a quick note. When you guys are taking this stuff apart, the nuts and stuff that these things are bolted onto, like these guys here, just thread them back on right where they go. That way when it's time to reinstall, you won't lose them. Like that guy way back down in there for the other portion of the, right down in there. That's where this guy goes off the other end of the AC unit. I'm gonna get that back on there and then continue on. Okay, let's get these rad hoses off. You're just gonna need a pair of channel locks. I find that's the best way to get them off. If I can find them. Oh, they're under the Jeep. Right left them. So yeah, just open them up. Grab that guy there. Just hold it with one hand and just walk it back. There we go. There are tools for these things, but it's one of those things, how often are you going to use it? These channel locks, I use them all the time. There we go. That one broke free. Just pop that guy off. There's still going to be some coolant in here, so just yeah, because this thermostat here, it's closed right now, so there's coolant right in here. So if somehow you can get a bucket or something underneath there to drain it into, would be ideal. Perfect. All right, let's get that lower one off. Okay, let's get that upper rad hose off on this end of it down there. I'm gonna try and do this with one hand, but don't know how well it's gonna go. If I can't do it with one hand, well, you get the gist of it. You just need to clamp right there and there, squeeze those two together and pull it off. Let's do that now. All right, let's get the lines off that go to your heater core. Come on, you can do it. It's always better to do things one-handed here. And then you can just pop this guy off. Break it free. Okay, let's get that power steering pump off and set that thing to the side. There's two bolts there. There's one there. There's one there. Then if you spin this, you can see the third one right here. Those are 13 mil. Let's get that thing off. And okay, that power steering pump is off. And I just tucked it down there for right now. Now that's off, we can access that last heater hose clamp. Let's get that guy off and drain it into a bucket down below. Okay, we're just on the passenger side here now. Once you loosen that clamp off, you can just reach in from this side, grab it there, just pull it right off. There you go, now your heater core lines are off. Okay, let's get that alternator power wire off. I think that's a 13 mil. Just pop that guy off. Make sure you get all your hardware. And then you can just throw that right back on there so you don't lose it. Because this is attached to the battery, so that's not going to come with the engine harness. Just got to cut that guy off. Okay, there, clips here. And then we can just fold that up out of the way. Just make sure it doesn't come with all these spark plug harnesses here. Just feed it behind. There, that should be free and clear, so we'll just tuck that up there. All old and brittle. Time for some new loom. All right, what else can we take off here? Let's get these exhaust manifolds unbolted from the exhaust tubes. So right in there, we're gonna take those two out. Mine are 17 mil. Those are probably different from yours because I replaced these manifolds when I rebuilt the motor a couple years ago. So let's get those off and we'll go to the next one. All right, let's see if we can just crack those loose with a wrench for now. And then we'll get in there with, oh, light and tight. I love that. Expansion and contraction of these things. They don't stay tight for long. All right, I just got a really long extension on my ratchet here. Going up. See that? Should be able to get it by hand there. And now let's get the other side off. All right, let's pull this guy off. There you go. You got your passenger and your driver's side exhaust manifolds undone. Okay, we're onto the passenger side here. Looking up right underneath the cat. So right here, you're gonna see your knock sensor. Unplug that guy. And then right beside it, there's that stud sticking out. That's for your grounds. That's a 16 mil. Well, it is on my Jeep anyway. So we can pop that guy off. Just squeeze the two tabs and she comes right off. Now we can get those ground wires off. There should be two of them. Maybe yours is different, I don't know, but I've got two on mine. That's a 16 mil. Just pop this nut off right here. Make sure it doesn't fall in your face. And then there should be a couple grounds here. I think one's a body ground, and I'm not too sure what the other one is, but and they look like these. There. And then this guy right up in here. Sorry for the video, and it's really cramped down here. But now those are off. Let's move on. Okay, underneath the Jeep here, there's a structural dust cover. Goes between the transmission and the motor. That's a 15 mil. We can break those loose and take that off. Okay, there's two wiring harnesses, one here, one here. This one here should go to your motor for all this electrical and stuff in here for this stuff. Once you get this thing unclipped, you just pull it this way. There you go. Just tuck that in behind there. And then this guy here. This guy will come with your motor. Just tuck that in there. Okay, just noticed my lens is super dirty, so hopefully these videos are coming through. That's on the back of your intake manifold. There's a clip here. Come on, buddy. I can't get this clip off, so just rotate it to the back and pop it up. It should pop right up. We're gonna have to deal with that later, but yeah, I couldn't get this clip off. And then on the back side of your air intake, there is a line that goes over to your brake booster, goes in behind here. It's gonna be super hard to see, but it's right here. It's right there. Take that guy off. Okay, next you're gonna wanna take this fuel line off here. Just undo the safety clip. When your hands are cold, nothing works. I don't have a big fancy garage, so I gotta do this in my driveway. But pull it down and back. Should pop that out. There you go. So once you pull this side down here, push it back that way because it's inside here. There you go. That's what it looks like. Take that guy off, and then you're gonna need fuel line disconnect tool. Okay, next you're gonna take this fuel line off. You're gonna need one of these guys here. It's a fuel line disconnect tool. It's like a little clamshell. Pick the size of your line here, clamp it together, and pull up into it. Like this way. Let's see if I can do this one hand here. There we go. I just felt it click in there and then pull. There you go. And that's how you get those guys off. So you want to disconnect it here and right here, just to be safe, because when you pull this thing out, you don't want to get caught. Okay, so this is what that looks like when you pop that off. Just put that aside. Okay, grab your 18 mil and knock all these skid plates off. Grab a breaker bar, break all these loose. That guy, and that guy. And then there's two here, but I broke one off of this skid plate. Scooch back to the frame rail, that guy there, and this guy there. These two for the gas tank, they can come out too. They're also 18. And then once we drop that cross member there, yeah, those will be ready to go. For you guys just doing the 3.8 liter tear out and rebuild or whatever you're doing with 3.8 and you're not doing the V8 swap, don't worry about this process. This is for the V8 guys. All right, let's get these things off. Okay, we're under the driver's side here and we're gonna pop off this starter. There's 3 bolts. There's one there, one wrench is on, and there's just one above it. We'll get that off and get that unplugged. Okay, now that you got that down, you can crack loose that power wire coming from the battery and that little guy right there. Take those 2 off. I think that is a 13 mil. I don't have a wrench down here. All right, I got this guy off here. It is a 1/2 inch or a 13 mil. And this little clip here, you just push down, pull it off. Comes right out. Okay, while we're under here, there is it's an 18 mil there, one on each side of where that structural dust cover goes. So there's 18 mil right here, and then one on the opposite side there. You can take those guys out. All right, now we're just under the bell housing here. There's your flywheel in there. So you're gonna want to take an 18 mil and get these guys out, and you're gonna want to use a 15 mil on your harmonic balancer up there. All right, now we're gonna crack loose all the well, not crack loose, take them out, all the torque converter bolts, which are right here on your flywheel, your flex plate. Those are 18 mil. Get a 15 mil breaker bar or something that's long that you can reach with one hand. Get it on the bolt of your harmonic balancer. You're going to want to turn this. It doesn't take much to turn it. I can do it. I can even do it with just an open-ended wrench, but it's definitely a lot more efficient if you can get a breaker bar or something on there that's longer. Gives you more reach. And then when you turn this, it turns down here. So one at a time, you're gonna pop those 18 mil bolts out. Yeah, see, it's already starting to build up compression there in the cylinders, so you're definitely gonna need a breaker bar. Just don't pull too hard because you'll want to loosen that thing off. And yeah, break these all loose. And that's your next step. Okay, I'll show you what that process looks like, just cracking these things loose. So like I said, you want a breaker bar or like a big ratchet wrench on your harmonic balancer and spin it. Grab yourself a box end wrench, 12 point. Just put it flush on there. Break it loose. And then we'll rotate to the next one. Yeah, it's built up some compression. If you want to make it easier on yourself, you could pop a spark plug or two. There we go. Okay, broke that one loose. You don't want to back them out too far because then you won't be able to turn it. It'll just bind on the inside. And that one I already took out. I just figured I'd stop and show you guys what's going on. Okay, that's broke loose. Now you can just get yourself a ratchet wrench or a socket or something, bust all those guys off, and you're done. And if you can, there should be a spot in here you can push the torque converter all the way back, or just to seat it back inside there, inside your bell housing. Okay, so we're gonna tackle a couple more engine bolts here. Let's see right up in there. My socket on there with an extension that goes all the way through over top of the cross member, all the way down here to my ratchet. She's a long one. You're gonna want some patience. Put a shallow 18 mil socket with a wobbler, whatever you call those things, CD joint, whatever, on the end there. And then yeah, there's one here, and there's one directly on the other side over there, same height. So yeah, take those off, and then okay, that one we just took out, you reach your hand way back in there, you can feel with your hand, and you can find one of the top 18 mils. You can get a long wrench on there. Now if you can see right here, I just got the wrench poking out. You can't get any leverage on that the way it's sitting right now. So the only way I can think of to get that thing moving is just to put a really long extension on it. And you gotta do it pretty careful so that you don't knock it off the bolt, because it was a pain in the ass to get it on there. But if you can use the back side of that guy and just stick it on the tooth on the end of that open end wrench there, I'm gonna try and do this without knocking it off. Just get enough leverage on it to break that thing free. So if you can get it right there and then just push down with all your might and crack it loose. We'll see if that works. All right, guys. Well, that actually worked very well. So I just put the extension right on the end of that thing, and before that thing was up here, and now it's all the way down there. So I'm going to reset that crescent wrench, and I'm just gonna have to keep doing that until it pops out. There's no easy way to do it. Okay, so I got this little shorty ratchet here with just a shallow socket on there, 18 mil. I'm gonna try and squeak that back there and see if I can get that thing out. I tried resetting the wrench a couple times. I think it might be loose enough where I can sneak this guy in there and use that. Well, guys, this one's for the win. I got it. So a little bit of patience and ingenuity, and you can tackle these things pretty easy. If you feel like you're getting pissed off, just walk away and take a break and pick up another game plan. Between this guy here and that lower rad hose over there, I'd say that's the hardest part of this swap. Okay, so this is the opposite side. This is on the passenger side, looking in behind the firewall there from the wheel well. There's a wheel. Just sneak right on in here. And you can see that bolt right there above that heat shield. Let me just change positions here. Right. Where are you? There you are. That guy right there. So he's right above that heat shield there. So the best way to get that guy is your 18 mil long wrench, and you're gonna attack it this way. So you're just gonna cup it with the angled section there, and that you should be able to get a good bite on that right here. Got too much going on in here. See, I'm filming and doing this one-handed, and right there I've already got it on. So yeah. Yeah, we'll get that one out, and I think there's only one left. Okay, so with this one here, it's kind of a one-hand job. You're gonna want to get another wrench, put it right in there, and then pry up. It's almost like you're using it like a breaker bar. I'll try and reset this thing and show you. So just like that, you want to take the box end, put it on the open end of your wrench that's on top of your bolt there, and then you pry up, and that allows you to do it with one hand. It's a pretty good trick. Gives you some leverage. All right, so it looks like we're gonna have to take this intake manifold off. Sorry about that. Just to get that that last bolt out of the top behind that guy. So I'll set you guys up, and we're gonna crack on that. That is a 10 mil. I think there's 8. 8 total. And these two guys are gonna have to come off as well. I think those are 8 mils. But I'll undo the rest of these and I'll get back to you. Okay, you can pop off your evap line there. That's just going to go off to the side. There's just a bolt right down in there. Where are you? Right there. It holds your fuel line on there and your evap return. So you're going to have to undo that guy there. It looks like it's a 12 mil or a 1/2 inch, maybe a 13. Get that guy off. Okay, that was a 13 mil. So now this is free. This guy here. It looks like we got one more bolt in there, and then we can pull that guy off. Okay, so we can get this EGR line off, 8 mil. And then this will just have to pull up and over to the side. And then this guy will slide right out. Just gotta undo a connection right here. All right, that's last bolt there. I tell you, let's try, guys. Patience. Right where this fuel rail is, go straight down, follow it straight back. And then straight down there, right on top of the bell housing, you'll find the last bolt that's holding the engine to the transmission. Just don't use a ratchet wrench to start, but use a long wrench. Just tuck it on there, and then just crank it over, and then after 300 turns, you'll get it. But that's pretty well it, guys. We got, see if I got any light here for you. Like if you look down in here, we got everything we need to get out here. We can get this coolant bottle out. You just gotta lift straight up. Sorry, you just gotta lift straight up on that guy, and that'll pull that right out. Welcome back to day 2 of the 3.8 liter Taro for this 5.7 Hemi swap, or for you guys just doing the 3.8 rebuild or whatever you guys are doing with those. Hopefully this information is helping you guys out. It took me, I'd say 5-6 hours yesterday, but that was filming included. So if you're just watching this video, I'm sure you could do it in 2 or 3. Let's get this engine hoist hooked up, and we'll go from there. All right, now that you got everything rigged up, again, I would not go this route, but I don't have the height clearance. So I would recommend using a chain leveler. But if you don't have one, then you can just do what I did. Just go from manifold to manifold, and then just use that one around the front harmonic balancer there. And then just use that as a leveler just to level the thing out. But now that you have everything all hooked up, just crack your motor mounts loose there on each side, and tear this thing out of here. Okay, passenger side, we're underneath here. So again, just put your 18 mil on this side. I'm just doing this one-handed because I'm trying to record at the same time, but I'll use my right hand to grab this wrench and then my left to work this ratchet over here, but I'll just show you how this works. All right, so we're just turning this. There you go, it bottomed out on the frame there. And now we can just work this with one hand. But you get the gist of it. Now I'm gonna use 2 hands just to speed things up. And then down here, it's an 18 mil. So put an 18 mil on the backside there. And then when you start turning that, this wrench will hit that upper link and it'll stop it from spinning. These things are a pain in the butt when you do them by yourself. So that's a trick that I find that works for me. Let's get these things off. Okay, you're gonna want to undo this plug right here, go into your ignition coil. Just pop that red clip up. Sorry, the sun is in the way here. Pop that red clip up. And just pull this out the back. And then just take this one step at a time. If you feel like you're still got something hooked up, just stop and unplug it. Okay, let's get this thing out of here. There's no easy way to film this. Just double check, make sure all your lines are clear. My evap is catching there. But other than that, I think she's good. Let's get her out. Would you look at that? The 3.8 liter is out. For you guys just doing this for the first time, if you've made it this far, good job. It's not that difficult, just a lot of small, tedious steps. Hopefully I covered most of those in the video. I know it's going to be a long video, but you know, to do a full tear out, and I just wanted it all one video so that you guys not knowing, you know, how to do this, can just look in one place. Give you a step-by-step, that way you can pause the video, you can undo your one part, go back to it, push play, and so on and so forth. I know there's lots of guys out there thinking about doing a Hemi swap or a 3.8 liter tear out to rebuild it themselves. Don't have the experience or the knowledge, so I'm hoping this helps somebody. It helps one person, that just makes me happy. I don't mind doing this. It took me, man, I'd say probably 6 hours to get that thing out, when realistically it should only take about 2.5, 3 hours. But filming the whole thing and trying to set up the camera and get all the proper shots and get you guys tool sizes and all that stuff, socket sizes and whatnot. There's one thing I didn't mention, which is on the back of the driver's head, there is a bolt here. It holds a metal harness, or a metal clip that holds a harness right here. That was one of the only things I forgot to mention. This and the EGR plug. That guy there, pull that off, and then on here it's a 13 mil to get that back. So you'll just reach your hand in behind here, undo that with your 13 mil. I'll show you what that bracket looks like. Just looks like that guy right there. So just reach your hand in there, pull that guy, undo that guy, and then that's pretty well all the connections. There shouldn't be anything hung up. Yeah, I think we covered pretty well everything there. Yep, so on to the next steps. For myself, that will be the V8. For you 3.8 liter guys, if this is as far as you're going with the video and you just needed that info to get this thing out, then good luck with your rebuild, and hope you learned something. All right, thanks for watching.